Hey, fellow agents, this is Agent Smith, and we are going to be playing Sierra's... Like, why do my headphones feel weird? They're on backwards. Sierra's Space Quest IV. Roger Wilco, The Time Rippers. Okay. This is an interesting one, and I've unfortunately will not be able to be as enthusiastically different about it. I'm going to do my best to make it seem as though I actually give bits at this point. It's not because I don't. I freaking love this game, and it's been fun. Except I played the whole damn thing. Then I forgot to put the audio into the game. Recorded it without game audio. So, you're going to get to see this as a little bit more... if it seems like I know what to do in advance, that's why. It might make it a little bit shorter, though, in the long. But it's fun. I enjoyed this one. I got almost to the very end. I'm probably one more video away from completing the whole entire thing. And then that's when I realized. I was like... oh my god. This morning, actually, when I started playing my Red Dead episode 2 for the Undead Nightmare, was when I noticed that I had not turned on the desktop audio while I was recording.
We rejoin our friend and semi-hero Roger Wilco as he rockets back toward his home planet Xenon, which he hasn't seen since Space Quest II. Having successfully rescued those two ingrates from Andromeda, he decides a pit stop on Magmethius is in order.
But at least I figured out a lot of the problems I was having.
During the descent to this cosmic canteen, he is unaware of the interest that has been generated regarding his fate.
This has to be one of the most interesting ones in the whole series.
Of his position, Master.
Right, every number I find down.
Off to Magmethius with you then. It is time for Wilco to meet the fate which I have crafted for him.
As our story begins, we find the aluminum mallard parked outside a seedy spaceport bar.
Oh, that guy doesn't look like he's gonna make it. Nice.
We join Roger as he relates one of his greatly exaggerated tales of adventure. The aliens are only too happy to listen, as long as Roger is by.
See, there was this deadly root monster, a ferocious swamp creature, and a Labion terror beast to contend with. Then I had to outsmart another of Vohal's gorillas and steal the shut.
Are you Roger Wilco?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please come with me.
People on the left. This motherfucker is still alive somehow.
Surprised to see an old friend? You have no idea how special this moment is for me. This is no chance encounter, I can assure you. I have this one loose end to tie up before I begin my reign as the supreme being of all that exists. I do not like to lose. You are a blemish on what would otherwise be a perfect record of domination, terror, and invincibility. Besides, I'm still a bit miffed about that asteroid deal in Space Quest II. Anyway, to relieve the pain of my humiliation and prevent you from being a pain in my future, you must die. It's been nice seeing you one last time. Then, do the dirty deed.
That's like a completely different sentence of what he said to what it was said on the actual screen. Isn't that interesting? A lot of times in this game I noticed that they ad-lib the
You go left and
virtual
split them up.
lines.
Mr. Wilco, follow me and do exactly as I say. Let's move!
Hey, I want to know what the...
Listen, I can't explain it all to you now. They've got a beat on our coordinates. We've got to move fast. We gotta do this fast. Shield your eyes!
This is probably one of the most action-packed ones, I have to say. Actual action.
Jump into the time rip! Do it now! You've got to! If I take the time to explain, we're both parking lot pizza. You'll understand soon.
Soon. Because that's what you do. You just jump into random holes, ripped into space and time. That's the logical thing to do. If you haven't already noticed, we're not in the same game anymore.
Now where am I? You wonder aloud to non-existent auditory organs. This place sure looks homey. Hey, wait, this looks just like Xenon. It is Xenon. It's really a Pio. Along with the changes induced by an armed conflict, the city looks different, more modern, with a heavy dash of post-disaster seasoning. Casually glancing at the status line, you happen to notice that you're
top
in
of the
Space
screen.
Quest XII. What's happened? Who was that guy with the overdeveloped hairdryer? Why did you let yourself be talked into jumping into some strange shimmering hole? Why are you talking to yourself? These incredibly intriguing questions will quickly be forgotten with barely an electron stirred in that well-armored orb atop your shoulders.
All of this has been done already, but I realized that it makes no point because every last one of these is no use to me. So cancel that save right on the original ones and get going in this here. This is more of a, this game in general has got more danger points. I'm gonna need to catch that rabbit. Oh yeah, speaking of which, I turn up the walk speed. Actually, have a lot of situations. So since I've done all this, it's gonna be a bit more tutorial-like. I hate when I have to do episodes
You take
like
the
this,
small,
but that's all
frayed,
right.
useless-looking length of rope.
Take this rope and we're gonna try to catch this rabbit. But we gotta hide. In the logic of a game from these days, when you can't see our pixels, neither can anyone else somehow. It's a wrong button. Throw that out there. Try to catch him right when he gets. Oh crap! Please don't let that guy see me. The zombies are a risk. Damn it!
Those sure are.
I was too busy worried about the zombie. Go away, you. The drawback to having played through this, I think I know I can do everything, and I don't save off. I'm having to keep segments.
Timing is...
Ah, you
sure
son
are.
of a bitch. Come on, not that hard. Get in my rope. Boom. There we go.
That was without a doubt one of the finest examples of bunny snatching I've ever seen. The stress placed on the rope during the bunny snatching was too much. You cast the useless fibers aside.
No problem. Alright, now we got a battery by taking a look at the bunny. It's got a battery in his
You
back.
extract the portable power pellet from the back of the bunny's polyplastoid torso.
But what will we need that for? Well, we'll find out now. So we're gonna head back across the street here, staying on the bottom end, and hopefully avoiding the zombies. And as I say that, every time it reminds me to save. This is now, like, it seemed like you could probably figure these out, to explore, whatever, but there's just an issue with the enemies that come later in this game that become a great hassle. So in here is a glove box.
After
We're gonna
taking a
take
quick
this
look around to
laptop.
reassure yourself that the place is as dead as it looks, you snitch the Pocket Pal laptop.
Now we got the laptop. That's the only thing of value there, but this laptop has a battery port. So we're gonna have to pop
You
this
plug the
in.
mobile power cylinder into the laptop.
Now when we look
Your
at it,
Pocket Pal now has power. Now all you need is a place to use it.
that's for a much future purpose. Then we can check out this machine. You want to do all these things before we go too far in.
Okay,
Take this item and put it right back.
a very wise choice. Carefully placing the unstable
Just for
ordnance back
points.
inside the tank,
It's
you
unstable.
decide some things are better left alone.
You don't want to carry that around. Dangerous. But we also got to try to stay away from that guy. will freaking alert attention. Alright, now let's cross back across the street from where we were from the pile like this. And we can finally get moving forward. We'll go ahead and head into the sewer system. If I'm lucky, oops, I went a little too high. Go south here. There's basically one screen north of where we caught the bunny. So we're going here.
This grate has crud, gunk, and sludge built up around the edges. You can see through the grate, but can't make anything out.
Alright. Go ahead and hop in here. Look around.
It's an empty jar with a lid, neither of which does anything entertaining. It's just an average old-fashioned desk blotter. You don't need to look at that.
It's weird the way he talks. Like, everything I just looked at is important. Take this jar.
You take the jar into custody.
Because we're going to need it momentarily. And lift up this blotter.
Ah, a button. Perhaps I'll give it a press.
Data entry 22795. This message is to whomever may be so fortunate as to find it. I am Professor Lloyd, lead designer of the Xenon supercomputer project, the ultimate in artificial intelligence. The computer was designed to enhance our lives, but instead ended up being the ruin of us all. We made the mistake of tying it into the most important facets of our existence here on Xenon, including our weather
That's
control
not a good
and
idea
defense
in anything
systems.
ever in science fiction.
It
Let a
seemed
computer
like
make your
sound idea
decisions
at
for
the
you?
time, and all proceeded well for about 3 years. It was around then that a deep space salvage operation recovered what appeared to be some sort of antiquated data storage unit contained in a flimsy cardboard box on which the words Leisure Suit Larry were imprinted.
Of course.
On its back was the picture of a not particularly wholesome gentleman, but that's another story.
Talking about Aloe,
My
probably.
counterparts exhibited shameful behavior as they tore open the box to get at its contents. I could not
Ooh,
understand
new video
how it was
game.
generated. The data was uploaded into the supercomputer for analysis. As a result, a crippling virus spread through the machine like a bad social disease. All control of the computer was lost. All screens went blank. Then these words were displayed by the monitors and uttered by the vocal outputs. Wilco must pay. From that
Why
day
Wilco?
forth, the possessed computer waged war on the inhabitants
Still haven't
of
figured that out
Xenon,
and all this, and I'm
using
not.
our own
That's
weapons
an
against
honest
us.
statement. I got
Some
about
managed to escape to other planets.
to the end bit, but not
Those of us who
actually getting
remained
the final.
stayed to fight the machines and robots
rant.
under its control. It was a bloody war. Those of us that were not killed were taken captive and modified. These cyborgs infiltrated the loyal ranks of resistance, rooting out almost all of our hiding places and exposing us to the mechanical menace. Some of these poor souls still wander the streets. As of this recording, we are down to only a handful of rebels. My health is deteriorating rapidly. To make matters worse, I've just learned that the computer has unraveled the mysteries of time travel. I've sent my 2 best men to attempt to steal this new technology. If you are not a machine, then perhaps they were successful. Please realize, you are Xenon's last hope.
We're their only hope. Alright, so then the next thing I want to do is go ahead and get into the sewer system. Pop this door open, but this will lock behind you, and this is the reason why you don't want to go and make sure you clear everything on the surface before you come through. If you haven't gotten any of those things I've listed off, head back through the grate and make sure that you do. Because once the sequel police get, I'm gonna go ahead and end this one here. Hope you guys are enjoying this. If you have, it's like I said, a bit more tutorial walkthrough than do, but it's mainly because it's hard to act like this since I haven't re-record this entire thing. Hope you guys are enjoying this. If you are, give it a don't forget to comment. Like, wait, why don't I even say that? I keep saying that. But if you're interested in seeing the rest of this and how to get through this in a fairly quick manner, and at least hopefully pointing out the things you do before, which is not something I normally do, then I'll see you. Have a great day.
Hey fellow agents, don't forget to like and subscribe by clicking the button in the center of the screen. You can also find the last video by clicking the button to the left, and you can take a look at some of the other stuff I've done by clicking the button to the right. Hope you enjoyed the video. have a good day.